on, and it is Wednesday morning. We're ready for more Bundesliga action. It's been awesome since we came back. Lots and lots of soccer. And right behind me, you can see the GOAT, Jan Sommer, who ended my goalkeeper run of negative points with a cool 20 DK, second highest scorer on my team, and saved my ass and put me over the cash line. Goalie on DK is just so crazy. I'm already blanking on the guy's name, but the Wolfsburg keeper, I saw just quite a bit of tilt. I think he finished with negative points or like 1 point, even with the win because of a yellow card and a goal conceded. So it's so difficult. Ultimately just becomes just play whoever feels good and cross your fingers. Before we jump into the showdown and the 4-game main slate, please, if you can hit subscribe at the bottom right, helps us so much. You probably don't have any idea how important subscriptions are for those of us doing YouTube content. Really does help us have the ability to keep giving you all this free content and make it worth it for us to keep grinding this out for you. So please hit subscribe. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Let's jump right into the slate. So I'm going to go to pull up the cheat sheet first and take a look at odds. And then let's jump right into the action. So for the showdown, so the most important, I think Leipzig as a minus 322 favorite, you're just going to be stacking the top guys from there. So Werner is going to be like 95%. Angelino should come right back in after being off last game, which that makes, those two pieces like pretty easy. Now Poulsen, I think tore up an ankle, so Schick is going to come into the lineup. Probably more GPP, but he does love to shoot, so he probably has close to like an 8 DK floor. So I could make the argument for those in cash, but probably is going to be in Nkunku, so that you get all the Leipzig sets. So Nkunku and Angelino, Werner, there's kind of your building blocks. Now Dorita and Plattenhart, they price down, which is really nice. So I think you can grab one of those. There's those that you could grab two and maybe like a 3-3. You might be saying, hey, that's crazy to do a 3-3 with a minus 322 favorite, but it's more of like a price play. Mukaele, was projected to play as like the right wing back for Leipzig. So if he's in, I think it's 5,400, solid play. And you just kind of build from there. I do think Sabitzer is still a little bit too expensive for Leipzig. He plays more centrally now. And, it just doesn't give him much of a floor. So, he's better than Kevin Campbell, but, where they're at, you could easily say that Campbell, from like a point per dollar play, probably has a better, projection for his value. Anyhow, that's showdown. Let's kind of just talk about the rest of the odds. You notice these are tons of square lines, which are just awesome. I love these type of slates where we don't have overwhelming favorites that you feel like you need to stack up, so we can get a lot more like floor plays, look at set guys. And I think these are the type of slates that the more skilled players or experienced or whatever term you want to use do well, because it's really about roster construction and being smart and not taking, stupid risks. They're also, it's going to be rotation, so there might be some value out there to look at. All right, let's jump into the player pool. Top of the forward pool is Mark Uth. So he, like I've said, has just been absolutely insane since he's been back since he came over from Schalke. So last game was actually his worst of the year with a PK miss. I think he still hit like 15. So I do think that he is the highest floor of any player on the slate, and probably is going to be, incredibly popular, especially if we get some of the values I'm going to go over. Skav 9,800 is kind of, it's up there for price. He's splitting with Rudy. If Geiger is in, I think you really just have to potentially just run away from this tag. But as a fine matchup, as long as he's not playing fullback, I can make the argument. Tommy split set with Stoger. His logs are actually really good, but if you take away the goals, it's not as good. But he's 4 goals in 6 games. I think that floor players, we sometimes discount goals too much. Still takes a lot to score a goal. Tommy's obviously very talented. 9,400 I think is fine. All right, Kai Proger has been a guy that I've locked for 2 straight weeks. First week I'm going to hesitate. the crosses since we came back is just not there as much. I don't know if that's a style change. I don't know if that's, they're playing a little bit more, straightforward and just not bombing out to the wing and just having him send in a ton. But he still has a set monopoly. There's a few builds if we get some values that he kind of land right on him. So I do think it's still fine. It's just funny that he's had 2 of his worst 4 games, and now DK jacks up his price by 600 from last week. So if you go down 7,400, I really do think Niederlechner is interesting. So he has 68 shots on the season, 11 goals, 6 assists in 27 games. But now he's without a goal or assist in 7 games. Obviously, it's there. He is, their top scorer for a reason. And the matchup, they're the biggest favorite. So I don't think that he's a cash play, so to speak. But, I love him for GPP. And if you play him in cash, I wouldn't call you crazy. Let's see if there's anybody else. So Caligari, I think, will be fairly owned. 6,800 is a nice price for somebody with the majority of Schalke sets. Also does cross pretty actively and open, especially if he plays like a wingback. So 6,800 is fine. The biggest play, I think, and one of the biggest things on the entire slate will be if Berisha starts. If so, he has 9.2 and 9.9 in his last 2, which for 3,900 obviously is pretty insane. He doesn't take sets, but he's just a really quality player. I don't know why he doesn't start more, to be honest with you. He has like a good pedigree, and somebody like in previous stops we always locked in for DFS. So for 3,900, that's going to be like one of the first lineups I look for to see if he's in. Midfield, Kane's, like if you could fit him, I think he's a really fine play. Like he split sets with Uth, active and open field crossing. He has subbed out early the last few, so I kind of wonder if he might get rotated. But I think with 2 draws, they really are going to be looking for the win. Just really nice young player that creates. So I think he's fine, just not somebody that you have to build on. Philip Mack should be very, very, very popular. Monopoly set taker for the biggest favorite for Augsburg. It does suck like that he's been playing fullback so much for them. I have seen him up before in formations, but again, it's monopoly of sets. So I think it's just, the price stinks for fullback, but you probably just make it happen. Let's see. So Pavel Kadaberek, 7,700, up 1,800 from 5,900 last week. So he is like a natural fullback / wingback. He's not a midfielder. So if it's a back 4, 7,700 for no sets is insane. If it's a wingback, it's a little more defensible, but I just think, you're almost overpaying for a floor. I'd much rather go down here to 6,500 for Aaron Martin. So first off, though, FUDK. He's been a defender the last 2 weeks. He's a natural defender. All of a sudden, a wingback in Germany now is immediately a midfielder, like the moment that he plays at one time. Yet Joshua Kimmich, who's been playing defensive midfielder since like November, I haven't seen him as a right back one time. He will keep defender eligibility till the end of time. But the moment that a guy plays wing back, DK is like, no, you guys are going to have to play in the midfield. It sucks. But that said, 6,500 for him, I think is fine. There's a decent chance I might be on him in cash. 26 crosses in 2 games. Neither one of them has been like a great matchup to do so either. Let's scroll on down. Sebastian Rudy took half the sets and will continue to do so as long as Geiger isn't in. If Geiger's in, you run from the 5,100 tag, but if he is not, then you play it. Scroll down, I've said his name I think 3 or 4 times, but Geiger at 3,700. Nice young player. I've seen him like as a 10 or kind of drop back, but when he's in, he normally takes some sets. So 3,700, if he's in, I think you have to play him. Defender, Trimmel, easiest play on the slate. I think just kind of lock and load and go from there. He has 24 crosses in 2 games. Oxupika, if you don't see Caligari, would be in most of the sets. Zimmerman, if you see him as wingback, I think he's fine. And then you kind of just have a lot of like okay plays. You do want to look to see if Ken Reichel 2,900 is in, because if so, he's been playing wingback, and you would go goalie. I don't know, guys. Just fit, play whoever fits, and hope that he's as good as Jan Sommer. Other than that, like I think I went over the player pool. Construction for me this slate is just set takers and high floors, and I think you can make it work. Hope this helps. Hope you all crush today. Once again, give us a subscribe if you enjoy this content, and good luck and have a great day, guys. Take care.